Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is Mel7 Gaming. We're back with some more MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. Now, I've got a little bit of a... It's going to be an experiment. It's one of those experiments where everybody's pretty sure they know the answer, but I haven't seen anybody do it yet. So I'm going to, and we'll try to find out. I've got everything loaded up here. It's a fresh vanilla save. We're loaded up as House Steiner in the base save. This is as vanilla as it gets. It's not even as exotic as French vanilla, right? This is just plain Jane vanilla. And what I'm going to do is, I want to play a few missions, probably 6. I'm going to do it twice, the same set of missions. We're going to do it once, we're going to take only cash, or we're going to try to take only cash. And, well, it's not try. We're going to use all of our salvage for money. And we're going to do it a second time, we're going to do all of our salvage for salvage. That salvage will all be sold instantly. None of it will go into the mechs. If we have to buy something to repair, we will buy it off the market and do it. We're not going to use any of that stuff there. We just want to know how much cash are we going to get? What's the difference going to be to our bank balance here at the end, right? So I'm going to go ahead and accept that real fast. Let's take a look at the star map real quick. So I think we can do, say, this, and this, maybe these 3 planets. That's 6 missions. We'll do them. We'll start here. We'll go here. We'll go here, right? So when we'll just do them in order. So it'll be targeted kill, defense, assassination, garrison, raid, demolition, and we're gonna just do it like that. And then we'll be back and we'll see what the balance looks like at the end of that. I'm again just doing the straight standard. Whatever I said, Steiner build. So we've got a Griffin, we've got a Commander 1B, we've got a Commando 2D, and we've got a Locust 1V. And I'm not going to mess with them. I'm just going to leave them like this. I even like the paint scheme. And so we're going to run through, and I'm going to do a few missions, and we'll be back to see what the cash looks like. All right, when we do take salvage, we will just take whatever the most expensive thing is that we can get, and it will be sold right away. We've only got 3 because we took cash this time, so that's all we're going to get. We'll grab it. We did okay. I'm going to go ahead to equipment. I'm going to go to sell, and I'm going to sell everything we have, actually. No, I'm just going to sell the 3 things we just picked up, which is 3 jump jets. 1, 2, 3. We'll hang on to our spare parts.
We're moving to you now.
Target destroyed.
All right, the end of the first series we have. This is the end of the cash grab version of it. We've got 7,531 is what we picked up, or 7 million. That's our final ending cash. We've got 41 days until the end. It took me about 35 minutes to run all 6 missions, so I'm gonna reload the beginning of this, and we're gonna do the whole thing again, taking salvage. So 7.5 mil is what we're looking at. All right, we're back. This is the end of our run through. Let me turn this up here a little bit. Get my arm out of the way. There we go. The lights changed a little bit. It took me a little bit longer this time. We're up to an hour and a half. I think there was a little bit of maybe a 15-minute break in there, but it probably took me 45 minutes to do. I don't know why. I did the same missions in the same order. If it was something where you had to go to 3 spots, I did them the same way I did it the same before. I ran the same mechs and the same missions. Essentially, I ran in the Griffin the very first mission. And then the second mission, I swapped it for the 2D because I happen to like that mech a lot. And then I decided I wanted the Griffin in the 4th spot, so I swapped that. So we did that, and then we did that. And this is how we ran the other 5 missions in kind of this order. So same pilots ran the same missions. Everything was similar. At the end of the day, the previous, when we took all cash, we were doing 43 days. I want to, let's see, what's the timeline here? So today's June 16th. In the previous save, in the cash only save, it was June 18th. So we took a little bit more damage in that save, which took us an extra 2 days to repair up, essentially, right? But that's pretty close. This save, clearly, I did a little bit better. It was the second time through. You've already seen it. You kind of know what to expect, right? So we took a tiny bit less damage, but I think it's still a pretty apples to apples comparison. So we ended up with 5.5 million when we went salvage only. Now, we sold all of the salvage. We didn't keep any of it. And we had 7.5 million when we went cash only. Now, we still get a little bit of salvage for that, right? You get your 3 bits. Also sold all the way. Both runs through, we had one mission where we had an extra bit of negotiation where we couldn't put it all on cash or we couldn't put it all on salvage. It was 2 different missions, but both times that we had that one extra salvage or extra negotiation point, we put it on repair bill. So both missions, both playthroughs had one mission with 1 point on repair bill. Everything else went to whatever it was supposed to be, either cash or salvage. So we came out about 2 million ahead. So we made 2.5 million when we went salvage only, right? Because you start at 3 mil. And we made 4.5 million when we went cash only. So almost double the amount of money going for cash. Now, some of you may say, well, yeah, but it's early. You don't have enough salvage to get mechs. We got a mech. We actually salvaged a Locust at one point, and we were able to sell that. Just one. Now, I have a feeling this does change a little bit as you get deeper in and you are more routinely able to salvage a light or maybe even a medium mech as you get going. You really kind of need about, 10 to 12 salvage to consistently be able to salvage light mechs. The one we got with 7 points of salvage. Wasn't much left of the Locust, but we did get it. So this might change a little bit, but at least early on, you make twice as much money just going for the cash. That is counter to what, honestly, I thought, and it's definitely counter to what I'm routinely told in the comments, where I will make so much more money if I go salvage only, and how dare I take cash? Nobody says, how dare I? But I hear almost every series, at some point, somebody says, you should only be taking salvage. And at least early in the game, that's not correct. We made more money going cash. So I would expect as your mechs get to be a little bit more expensive, that maybe dumping a point into repair will pay off, right? Because it's 250,000 a point versus 400,000 a point for repair. As your mechs get to be a little bit more expensive, that definitely could be something. And early on, you're only going to get to put 3-4 points in anyway. So 2 or 3 points was the most you could put anything. I think each of them had a spot where we could have put 4 points in. Each of them had a spot where we could only put 2 points in, and those are both ones where we rolled the extra one over to the repairs. But, early on, I think cash only is perfectly viable. Like I said, we made 2.5 million versus 4.5 million. Cash speaks. So in the off chance that Splattercat sees this, the Cash Falcons is the way to go in this save, at least early on. So thanks for watching. Didn't go the way I expected, to be honest. I thought it would actually be a little bit closer than this, but I thought salvage would be slightly more profitable, and I was wrong. Cash slayed it. Money talks, folks. We'll see you next time. Cheers.